We are honored that the grandchildren of Nichi Bei Shimbun publishers Kyutaro and Yona Abiko, who are also the daughters of Nichi Bei Times pioneers Yasuo and Lily Abiko, are joining the Nichi Bei Legacy Society as charter members. Joan Ishihara, Grace Abiko, and Beth Abiko Gibson explain why they think it's important to make a legacy gift to strengthen and maintain an institution deeply rooted in their family's tradition of service.
I think the Legacy Society is important so the Nichi Bei Foundation can continue to publish the Nichi Bei Weekly for generations to come. I'd like to support the Legacy Society because where else in one publication can we get such a comprehensive source of news, articles, and columns about events, Japanese culture, and history that impact the lives of Japanese Americans? There's a long history in our family with the Nichi Bei beginning in 1899 when our grandfather Kyutaro Abiko first published the Nichi Bei Shimbun to help the Issei immigrants with important information as they settled in America. When Kyutaro Abiko passed away in 1936, our grandmother Yona Abiko ran the newspaper until her health declined in 1941. At that time, our father Yasuo Abiko, who was the English editor, took over running the Nichi Bei. Following the Executive Order 9066, and then with the forced evacuation approaching in 1942, the Nichi Bei Shimbun disseminated necessary information to the Japanese community during that time of uncertainty. The newspaper was published right up until our father and mother were sent to Tanfran Assembly Center. In order for them to keep publishing, they were the last group of evacuees to leave San Francisco. At the end of the war, a few months after returning to San Francisco, our father and a few others restarted the Nichi Bei Times in Japantown on Sutter Street near Laguna. The newspaper provided sources of information and news to the Issei and Nisei as they returned to their hometowns or resettled in other parts of the country. Today, the Nichi Bei Weekly continues to inform, educate, and entertain us as it piques our interest to learn more about ourselves and our culture. I think our Abiko grandparents and parents would be proud to see how far their efforts have evolved and expanded due to the diligence of Kenji Taguma, the Nichi Bei Foundation staff and board. For these reasons, I support the Nichi Bei Foundation Legacy Society for the benefit of all of our children and grandchildren.
Continuing the legacy of my parents and grandparents to facilitate communication in the Japanese community, Japanese American community. So it's very worthwhile to participate in the legacy gift.
Yeah, I really think that one word that comes to mind as far as the legacy project and Nichi Bei is connection. That it has helped many generations of people to connect with all the resources out there. That's what Kyutaro wanted to do, is help the other Issei connect with the world out there beyond Japantown, and similarly, our dad continued his legacy, Kyutaro's grandkid. So it's just so important that we all connect
The Japanese American community is evolving, and the Nichi Bei Foundation is needed to help preserve and pass on Japanese American culture, history, and community values to future generations. We hope you will consider making your legacy a part of ours by joining the Nichi Bei Legacy Society. For more information, please visit www.nichibei.org/Legacy Society. Thank you.